Alright guys, so I've been telling you I'm going to make this recipe video for a while and I haven't gotten around to it, but now that the holidays are over, well, almost over, Christmas is over, I'm going to go ahead and do this video for you. So today I'm going to be making Italian seasoned lean turkey meatballs. This is a recipe that I love to make like in bulk. So I'll season it, I'll put everything, I'll make them, I'll form them into balls, I'll cook them, and then I'll freeze them. I'm going to show you the whole process. As always for my recipe videos, I will go ahead and put the full recipe with the macros below this video so you can know the exact amounts. It's really hard to kind of write it down while you're watching me. Please let me know if you make these yourself. Please link me if you make them. Post a picture on Facebook, or I'm also on Instagram. I would love to see what you guys come up with. So alright guys, here we go. Alrighty guys, so a lot of the prep work is already done so I can make this video nice and quick for you. Basically what I'm doing is I'm starting with this Italian seasoned ground turkey. So I'm going to go ahead and use 2 packages of these. Next thing I have is chopped up vegetables. So this comes out to about 2 cups here. What I have here is red onion, green, red, and orange pepper, bell pepper. So this is where you can get creative, guys. So if you want to add zucchini, you can grate zucchini, you can add carrots, you can add mushrooms. So really it doesn't matter. I just try to make it equal 2 cups of the chopped vegetables. Next thing I'm adding is panko breadcrumbs. These are generally lower calorie, lower sodium compared to normal breadcrumbs. So these are nice, like I said, lower calorie. We're going to do 1 cup of this. So what I like to do first is I like to combine everything in one big bowl first before I add the meat. And the reason I do that is because when you mix meat too much, especially ground meat, it gets really tough really quick. So I like to mix everything first so then I can do just like the minimal amount of mixing with the meat at the end. So far I have the breadcrumbs. I'm going to go ahead and add all the vegetables. Again, get creative, add whatever kind of vegetables you like. I do like to chop them pretty small, just because then you don't have like a huge vegetable that you're chewing on when you actually eat the meatballs. Next thing I'm adding is egg whites. You can also use an egg or 2. So I'm going to use 2 egg whites for the whole recipe, so that will come out to about 1 egg for the whole recipe. So this just helps kind of keep everything together. I do like to measure this out. I have a food scale right here. Basically what I do is I put whatever container I'm measuring it out on. I zero it out. I'm measuring in grams right now. So 1 serving is 46 grams. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add the egg whites to the vegetable and the breadcrumb mixture. Right, now here is for the seasonings. If you're just using just the plain ground meat, you're going to want to add a lot of seasoning. This, like I said, already is seasoned, so I'm just going to add a few things. So first one, I'm going to add black pepper, Himalayan pink salt, Italian seasoning, and this creole seasoning. So I really love this recipe because you can make a lot at once, and then that way you can cut down on a lot of meal prep time. So like I said, I'll make them, I'll freeze them, and then when I want to have this for dinner, I'll just defrost them in the morning, and then they're ready to make for dinner. So I know a lot of you have children. We don't have kids yet, but I know that that's a huge part of your life is taking care of your children and not being able to have time to cook. So any kind of recipes that save you time. I can't get this open. Any kind of recipes that save you time, especially when you're a mom, I know it's so helpful. Okay, I have all the seasoning, all the vegetables, the egg whites, and the breadcrumbs. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up really, really well, like I said, before I even add the meat. Oh my gosh, guys, this smells so good. Okay, all this is mixed up really, really, really well. I'm going to go ahead and add the ground meat into the vegetable mixture. Honestly, I like to use my hands for this part. You can definitely use a spoon. Make sure your hands are uber clean before you touch any of your food. Alright guys, so I mixed everything together and I formed all the meat into balls. What I did to make this the most accurate, since I do try to track my food, is basically what I did is I mixed everything together and I weighed out the whole mixtures. And then I divided it by 16 because I made 16 meatballs. So by doing that, when I input the recipe in my FitnessPal, it will tell me how much, or it'll tell me the macros for each individual meatball. So instead of just kind of guessing, I like to know how much protein I'm intaking. I put them on a pan. I do like to cook things on a pan and have foil underneath. Just makes for a much easier cleanup. So I also sprayed it with non-stick spray, place the meatballs on a pan. You're going to preheat your oven to 350, and I'm going to go ahead and place these in the oven for about a half an hour. Everybody's oven is different, so you may need to do it longer or shorter. And then I'm going to come back to that. While we're waiting for that to cook, what meatballs are not complete without sauce and spaghetti to go with it. So I'm going to show you my recipe for my homemade tomato sauce. 2 reasons why I like to make it homemade. Number 1, there is a lot of added sodium and sugar in canned tomato sauce, and you don't even realize it. Another reason is just because I like to know what I'm putting in my body. So if you buy, pre-canned tomato sauce, you don't even know what is actually in it. There are some good healthy options, especially if you go to places like Trader Joe's that have organic tomato sauces with lower sodium and lower sugar. But to me, it's so easy to make it at home that it's like, and it's cheaper than buying a $4 can of tomato sauce versus the way I do it. So basically what I do is I buy a can of tomato sauce, just plain. You will see on the back, all it says is tomato concentrate. That's it. There's nothing else. Unlike the canned tomato sauce that you buy, there'll be added sugars, spices, this and that. So plain canned tomato sauce. This is where the fun comes in. So I add pepper, Himalayan salt, this creole seasoning. Basically all this has in it is salt, red pepper, black pepper, chili powder, garlic, and that's it. It's just a really nice seasoning. It's a little bit spicy. Italian seasoning, and then this garlic pepper seasoning, which is garlic, black pepper, red and green bell pepper, onion, and a little bit of brown sugar. So this is really yummy. One more thing, stevia. Stevia is an all-natural, no-calorie sweetener. It's a Splenda. Those are like fake sugars, the fake artificial sugars. Stevia is natural. This is actually in a powder form, kind of like you would find like table sugar. And basically what I do is I put the tomato sauce, the canned tomato sauce, in just a pot like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and start heating it on low, and then I'm just gonna add all these seasonings. I like to cook it on low for maybe 20 minutes. Kind of lets the flavors all come together by having it heated a little bit. Be careful when you are heating your tomato sauce. You want to heat it on pretty much the lowest setting, otherwise it starts to boil and it will be all over your stove top, and it's really hard to get off if you let it dry especially. So just try to keep it on low. That's why I do it for 20 to 30 minutes, because it will take a few minutes to heat up. And for the pasta part, you can pretty much use whatever you want. I personally like the Protein Plus. This brand is the Barilla brand. And for one serving, you do have the carbs, so 38 carbs, but you also get 10 grams of proteins. Okay guys, the meatballs are all done. And I'll show you them. So this took about 30 minutes. Like I said, your oven might be a little bit different. One thing I do like to do, you always want to make sure your meat is cooked all the way through, is what I did is I cut one of the meatballs in half. And just to make sure that there's no pink in the center. These are all done. The sauce is now nice and hot. It's been simmering on the oven for about half an hour, as long as the meatballs take to cook. All I have to do is cook the pasta now. So pasta is really quick. Boil it, drain it, and you're good. So that dinner was nice and quick. This is a really great thing to meal prep when you are a really, really busy person, especially if you're a mommy. Freeze them in a baggie and you're good to go. So, alright guys, I hope you loved that recipe. I'm going to go ahead and eat some of this now, and I'll see you in the next video. See you later.